Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fatin, and today I will present a material from book Becoming a Translator by Douglas Robinson and In Other Words by Mona Baker. So I have a table of contents for the material. So first is internal and external knowledge. Second is reliability, and third is time timelineess, and fourth is cost. For book Becoming a Translator and lexical meaning and the problem of non-equivalence for book In Other Words. So first material is internal and external knowledge. So translator have two perspective. Uh, there are internal and external. So internal, a translator thinks and talks about translation from inside the process, knowing how it's done, possessing a practical real-world sense of the problems involved, some solutions to those problems, and the limitation on those solutions. The translator knows, for example, that no translation will ever be a perfectly reliable guide to the original. So, an external knowledge is a non-translator, especially a monolingual reader in the target language, who directly or indirectly pays for the translation. A client, a book buyer, thinks and talks about translation from outside the process, not knowing how it's done but knowing. So the next material is reliability. So translation users need to be able to rely on translation. They need to be able to use the translation as a real reliable basis for action, in the sense that if they take action in the belief that the translation gives them the kind of information they need. So there is two reliability. So first say, namely textual reliability and translator reliability. So text reliability have 8 types. First type is literalism. The translation follows the original word for word, or as close to that ideal as possible. The synthetic structure of the source text is painfully evident in the translation. The second type is Originanism. The translation reads fairly fluently, but has a slightly alien feel. One can tell reading it there is a translation, not an original work. Third type is fluency. So the translation is so accessible and readable for the target reader as to seem like an original in the target language. It never makes the reader stop and reflect that this is in fact a translation. Fourth type is summary. The translation covers the main points or gist of the original. Fifth type is commentary. The translation unpacks or unfolds the hidden complexities of the original, exploring at length implications that remain unsettled, how stated in the original. Next type is summary commentary. So the translation summarizes some passages briefly while commenting closely on others. The passages in the original that most concern the user are unpacked. The less important passages are summarized. Next step is adaptation. The translation recalls the original so as to have the desired impact on an audience that is substantially different from that of the original as when an adult text. So last type is encryption. Encryption. So the translation recalls the original so as to hide its meaning or messages from one group while still making it accessible to another group. And next is aspect or is the translator reliability. So translator reliability have 9 aspects. So first is attention to detail. The translator is meticulous in her attention to the contextual and collocational nuances of each word and phrase she uses. Next is sensitivity to the user needs. The translator listens closely to the user's special instruction. Next is research. The translator doesn't not simply work around words she doesn't know by using a figure phrase that avoids the problem or leaving a question mark. Next is checking. The translator checks her works closely. Next is versatility. The translator is versatile enough to translate text. Next is promise. The translator knows her own abilities and schedule and working habits. Next is friendliness. The translator is friendly and helpful on the phone or in a person. Next is confidentiality. The translator will not disclose confidential matters learned through the process. And last is hardware and software. The translator owns a lab model computer. And next material is timeliness. So timeliness is a factor in translation that do not outlive their useful life or mark. Timeliness is most flexible when it comes to literary translation that are considered timeliness. Timeliness is less flexible when the translation is tied to the particular data used. And the last topic from becoming a translator book is cost. So cost is an important aspect that translator must pay attention to. The fee must be in accordance with the translation to be carried out. And the next material is lexical meaning from, in other words, books. So lexical meaning refers to the meaning of words and encompasses the significance attached to individual words in a language. Four main types of meaning in words and utterance. So there are propositional meaning, expressive meaning, presupposed meaning, and evoked meaning. So the propositional meaning of a word or an utterance arises from the relation between it and what it refers to or describes in a real or imaginary world as an conceived by the speakers of a particular language to which the word or utterance belongs. And Expressive meaning cannot be judged as true or false. This is because expressive meaning relates to the speaker's feelings, and presupposed meaning arises from co-occurrence restriction. There is restriction on what other words or expression we expect to see before or after a particular lexical unit. Uh, Meanwhile, a evoke meaning arises from dialect and register variation. Dialect is a variety of language which has currency within a specific community or group of speakers. And the last material from In Other Words book is the problem of non-equivalence. There are 11 problems. So there is a culture-specific concept. The source language concept is not lexical in the target language. The source language word is semantically complex. The source and target language make different distinction in meaning. The target language lacks a superordinate. The target language lacks a specific term. Differences in physical or interpersonal perspective. Difference in expressive meaning. Difference in form. Difference in frequency and purpose, or using specific forms, and last is the use of loan words in the source text. I think maybe that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.